William Howard jolts awake to the sound of boots on the wooden floor. Before he can move, a red-coated British soldier looms over his bed, musket in hand. William obeys, his heart hammering in his chest. He's marched downstairs to the tavern's taproom, where the flicker of lanterns reveals 3 more British soldiers and his father, William Howard Sr. At the bar, 2 officers wait. One wears a cloak, but the elder Howard recognizes him instantly. Sir William Howe, commander of the British Army. Howe lifts a hand. A drink, if you will. The tavern keeper pours the liquor with trembling hands. Then comes the question. The road beyond your tavern. Jamaica Pass. You'll guide us through it. The Howards hesitate. But when a bayonet glints inches from his chest, the father nods. And so, into the moonless dark, father and son lead an army toward destiny. The British column moves in silence. 10,000 men, their boots sinking into the damp earth of Jamaica Pass. Even Howe himself glances into the woods, expecting rebel ambushes at every turn, but none come. The Americans have been drawn west by a diversion. The pass, left nearly unguarded, falls without a single shot. By dawn, the British have outflanked the Continental Army entirely. Washington rides in from New York. Unaware his army is surrounded, British and Hessian troops under Cornwallis push forward, while the Americans, led by Colonel Alexander, counterattack with bayonets drawn. They fight bravely, charging again and again, but the Redcoats' numbers overwhelm them. Alexander is captured, his regiment nearly destroyed, yet their sacrifice buys time, enough for hundreds of Continentals to escape across the Gowanus Creek. 2 p.m., Brooklyn Heights. The remaining Continental troops fall back to their second line of defenses on top of Brooklyn Heights. From there, their cannons thunder across the valley toward the advancing British, but most of their shots fly high, screaming harmlessly into the sky. Still, the noise and smoke are enough to make Howe's front lines take cover in a dip in the road. Some British officers urge an immediate storming of the heights, but Sir William Howe shakes his head. Howe, quietly. Not another Bunker Hill. Not today. By 3 p.m., the Battle of Long Island is over. The Americans have been driven back, but not destroyed. Heights. That night, the battered Continental Army holds the ridge, trapped between the British on land and the East River at their backs. Exhausted, hungry, and outnumbered, they brace for the final assault. But Washington does not yield. He sends for reinforcements from across the river and gathers his officers for a council of war. Washington, calmly, we must live to fight another day. His decision, a full evacuation of Brooklyn under the cover of night. Night of August 29th, 1776, one by one, platoons of weary soldiers slip quietly to the riverbank. Boats glide across the black water, ferrying men, horses, and even cannons to safety in Manhattan. A mistaken order nearly ends it all. The rear guard begins to withdraw too soon, leaving the defenses empty. But fate intervenes. As dawn approaches, a thick fog rises from the East River, cloaking the retreat. When the British advance at sunrise, they find the American lines deserted. The British officers are stunned. Howe could have annihilated Washington's army, some say. Historians later call it one of the greatest military blunders in history.